Wow, you really subscribed just to see the second part of this video. You're amazing. I love you so much. Okay, let's go together to see my cockpit and handlebar setup. So in this previous video, this is the bike that I used for my trip from Italy to Athens. We checked out everything that was in the main bags. Now it's time to look at the cockpit and the handlebar situation, because as you can see, it's quite unique and cool, right? Audi logo in the front, found on the street. Strange harness. What it's up there, I do not understand. Let's check it out. You see a lot of confusion, but it's quite simple. Kind of flat handlebar, normal Decathlon grips. These are knockoffs of some more expensive ones that I didn't have the budget for. These are like inner grips. They are extremely comfortable. 80 to 90% of the time I'm here, it feels like the hoods of a road bike. They are super comfortable, super lightweight. I paid like €3 for this. Very nice. Triggers for my rear derailleur, V-brakes here, same on the other side. Here I hidden, there is my, where is it? Yeah, my ring bell. I had it to put on upside down. This is a foot pouch that is from Decathlon, the cheapest one. Works great. I usually keep my buff. Yeah, there is the power bank here. Usually I do not keep it here. A beanie, merino wool, Decathlon. Warm gloves, like running ones, not super warm, but enough for this trip. And sometimes these cycling gloves where I'm not using them. On the other side, you see this amazing, very cool thing, because I did it myself with IKEA bag, old jeans that were destroyed. This is the net from an old tent that I had, and that was too bad. So I did this with I think learn makeyourowngear.com pattern. And this is, yeah, inside also the liner. Here's some snacks. The liner inside, it's also the fabric from the old tent, and inside usually I keep like sweets, candies, stuff like that on this side. And as you can see, they're strapped together, they're quite secure. This one, of course, it's more flimsy because I did it myself, but come on, how cool is this? There's daisy chain, there's this pocket, my god. And this is also old shoelaces. This is from an old fleece. Everything zero cost, huh? So here, these tri bars, these are terrible because I paid €9 for this. And just to make you understand, the cheapest one from Decathlon are €50. So these are terrible, especially because they do not grip well here. I had to put some, I tried many ways with different tapes, with different things. In the end, the best solution was to use like the white tape that you use for your fingers and stuff, physiotherapist one, like yeah, I don't know how you call it, sport tape. It's quite grippy, it's fabric kinda. So but anyway, but in the end it doesn't tilt down, mostly because there is this one. This is, you saw it already, it's the very classic cheap Chinese thing. But in the end it doesn't tilt down, mostly because there is this one. This is, you saw it already, it's the very classic cheap Chinese thing to hold the things. This has two purposes. First, avoiding this to go down more, and second, holding the quad lock mount here. That works perfectly. My phone stays here flat in the middle, perfect. I'll show you. I can put like I can use my hand here and use the phone, so I have still 2 points of contact with the bike and not just one hand. So it's quite nice. And I do this, clap, 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 works great. I like it. Also, this is knockoff. I bought it from AliExpress, while the case for the phone I bought it second hand. Here, let's remove these snacks. So yeah, usually I keep candies here, savory snacks here, and like other snacks, like maybe bars on the sides. What is this? This is a harness that I did myself with an old e-spec bag from my school that I destroyed. Also, these are used to be the straps of the backpack. This is some paracord I got from AliExpress. This is from an old fleece. And yeah, so zero cost, while this is some fabric that I still had from a project that I did with a tarp. So these are elastic ones. And under here, you cannot see now, I cannot undo it. There are daisy chains, so I have velcro straps around the bars, so this does not move. And here there are these buckles that I can just undo a little bit, and I can remove my sleeping bag. This is a cheap Philippines dry bag where I keep my down 0 degrees sleeping bag from Decathlon. There is the review on the web on the channel if you want. And so yeah, as you can see, this is the harness and it works perfectly. It doesn't move an inch. I don't know, I love it. I spent an entire day sewing this, and I mean I'm very happy with this. It broke here, but in the end, as you can see, I managed to yeah, I can also keep like a jacket or some things here. There is not much space, but it's enough. While here, this bridge, I made it with like a magnesium tubs plastic tube that I just taped around the two bars, and then I put grip chip place tape around this, and this is extremely solid. And so this is like a Garmin mount that I don't know, I found it somewhere. And here was the second piece that I glued with some double-sided tape on this adapter. Anyway, there is a mess, but then I had to do some modification, make a hole, put some zip ties, and basically I can use my GoPro and attach it and point off at me or at the front. It's quite convenient. Usually, like before using the zip ties, I could also remove the from the adapter and put it on my helmet there, where I have the mount there, but in the end I never use that, and so it's okay. It's a limitation. This GoPro, it's quite old, the rear screen does not work anymore, but the rest is fine, so I can attach to it. I use it many times. And for this solution, like, I like this double setup because this I always keep it ultra wide and maximum stabilization, so it's nice for like this kind of POVs or things like that, while the phone, it's more for, you know, b-rolls, like sceneries, panoramas, details. So it's nice to combine the two. Here is the mount of the very cheap €3 flashlight that I used to keep in the front, that I lost on the way, but actually it's fine. I used it only the day that I was doing the tunnels in the Chiro Trail, but usually never use it. And this is a backup one that I just put it here. I don't know, I also never used it. My rear light, I didn't show you. I just keep it all the time here. It's rechargeable, it's fine, from Decathlon. That's it. Very last thing, this is a pin from the Capitan Crusco, that gave me this lucky thing amulet for this trip. He didn't have a pirate flag, so I had this to wish me luck, and it's working very well. Thank you, bro. That's it. This is my setup in the front. I do not go down on the bars very often, but when I do, it's the best sensation in the world. The problem is that my bike, it's a bit flexible. It doesn't hold very well, so it's kind of shaky with all the weight. So when I go down on the bars, it's kind of scary. But when I do, yeah, it's the best sensation in the world. Anything I would change about this setup in the front? I think yes. I like very much having the dry bag in front. It's very aero, it's very cool. I like it. But I would like to have a bigger bag in front, maybe with a rack. I know that with the suspension it's not easy, but maybe I can find a solution. So yeah, I would like to keep all the food and the cooking thing in the front, and maybe the sleeping bag on the other side of the tent, so I also know the weight on the forks left and right, and I can balance them. So that would be nice, and I can have easy and fast access to the food and to cooking gear. But other than that, yeah, maybe I would upgrade my bars. But in the end, if you want to try, you're not sure if you're gonna use them or not, buy the cheapest. It's dangerous, maybe, I don't know, just be careful, know what you're doing. No, I have to tell you something. In the last few days I had a problem with the stem, because this is adjustable and it's very old. So do not buy adjustable stem. These are bad, these are not good. Just buy a rigid one, because it started to, like, the teeth of the mechanism inside, they are like consuming, they are giving up, and started to squeeze, and the other day it was moving up and down. It's really not safe at all. So buy a rigid one. Like, I know it's difficult to know your sizes and like measurements in the bike. I still struggle a lot with that. If you can afford, do a bike fit. For now I cannot, but yeah, do your best to find your size and use a rigid one. So yeah, that's basically was the only mechanical issue I had with the bike along all the trips. So I consider myself very lucky, and especially with the bar, like in the beginning I was not really finding a way to not make them tilt, but with this solution, because I was able to like secure this more safely, in the end, yeah, they divide the pressure of the weight, so it's working great. So thank you so much again to have followed this second part of the video. I hope you like it. I hope you found something useful and interesting and insightful for your next setup. If you have any suggestion on my current setup, especially if it's free or almost free, I would be extremely happy to read it and to reply to it, and I'm sure that would be very, very useful. So thank you again. If you want to drop a like, feel free to it, and if you want to subscribe for the next few videos, especially because there's gonna be the vlogs video of this amazing trip that has been going from Italy to Athens by bike. Yeah, just subscribe and you will find it here on the channel. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I'm Pietro, and bye.